Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're counting down the most valuable Monticello Jefferson nickel coins, the most valuable Washington $quarter coins that could be sitting in your collection and are worth big money. Let's jump right in. First up, the 1980 silver Washington quarter with a unique D-era mint mark in color-shifted condition. If you're a collector, a history buff, or just someone who's curious about what makes certain coins valuable, this video is for you. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's get started. First, let's talk about the Washington quarter itself. This coin was introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. It features the familiar profile of the first U.S. president, with the motto E Pluribus Unum and the words United States of America on the reverse. The Washington quarter is one of the most widely collected coins due to the specific significance and widespread circulation. Now, let's talk about the star of the show, the 1980 Washington quarter with D-era mint mark. Typically, quarters from the Denver Mint carry D mint mark just above the date on the reverse side. However, in 1980, due to a rare minting error, some quarters left the mint with a mint mark that is color-shifted. What makes this coin particularly interesting is the color shift. Normally, the mint mark on quarters is easily distinguishable, but due to a mistake during the minting process, the D mint mark is partially or fully color-shifted. It might appear more red-gold or even blue, essentially a coin that has a unique coloration compared to the rest of the coin. This error makes these quarters highly sought after by collectors. Now let's talk about the condition of these coins. One of the defining features of the 1980 D-era mint mark quarter is its color shed. This occurs when the silver alloy begins to tarnish or shed color due to exposure to air and other elements. This can affect the coin's overall value because collectors prefer coins that are well preserved and have retained their original luster and color. When it comes to the 1980 D-era mint mark, the shedding can cause the coin to lose its color-shifted look, thus reducing its value. The more the coin has shed color, the less appealing it is to collectors. That's why, for this specific coin, finding one in great condition with minimal color shedding can significantly affect its price. Now, let's talk about value. What is this rare quarter worth today? The value of the 1980 silver Washington quarter with D-era mint mark in color shed condition can vary greatly depending on its rarity and condition. If you were to find one in circulation, it might still hold some value, but if it's well preserved, the price can skyrocket. For a coin in near-perfect condition with minimal color shedding, collectors can expect to pay anywhere from $76,000, sometimes even more. These coins are often sold at auction, where the market sets the price. The uniqueness of the color shift and its preservation plays a crucial role in its value. So, there you have it. The fascinating world of the 1980 silver Washington quarter with the D-era mint mark. It's amazing to think that a simple minting error can make a coin so valuable and sought after. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, understanding these nuances can help you find hidden treasures in your collection. Next up, the 1967 Washington $quarter without mint mark in good condition. If you're a coin enthusiast or just curious about its value, stick around as we uncover what makes this coin so special. The Washington $quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. The design features a portrait of Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, symbolizing American strength. In 1967, the coin continued this tradition, but it also marked a significant point in U.S. coinage history due to the changes in minting processes and materials. Mint marks play a crucial role in determining a coin's value. The D indicates that this quarter was minted in Denver. While many coins were produced in Philadelphia, the Denver Mint was known for striking quality coins, which often translates to higher values in the collector's market. The condition of a coin is paramount when it comes to valuation. The 1967 Washington quarter in good condition means it shows some wear, but retains its basic details. Collectors typically look for clarity in the design, with minor scratches or discoloration being acceptable but not excessive. In the good condition, you can expect the coin to have a nice, even patina that appeals to collectors. As of today, the value of the 1967 Washington quarter without mint mark in good condition ranges between $54,000 in the auction market. This range can fluctuate based on factors such as demand rarity and the specific auction venue. In recent sales, we have seen examples of this coin fetching upwards of $76,000, especially if they have unique characteristics or are part of a collection. For those looking to buy or sell, here are some tips. Always ensure you're purchasing from reputable dealers or auction houses. Pay attention to the coin's condition and grading. When selling, have a clear understanding of the current market trends to maximize your profit. Joining coin collecting communities can also provide valuable insights and networking opportunities. The 1967 Washington quarter dollar without mint mark is more than just a piece of currency. It's a slice of American history. Its value is a testament to the appreciation of numismatics and the stories these coins tell. If you have this coin in your collection, you own a piece of that legacy. Next up, the Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel from 1987 with a large date and a D mint mark. But here's the twist. We'll also be discussing its value in dirty condition, something you don't often hear about. Stick around to find out just how much this coin could fetch in today's auction market. First, let's take a moment to appreciate the historical significance of the Jefferson nickel. Issued starting in 1938, these coins feature the likeness of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, and Monticello, his Virginia estate, on the reverse. The 1987 version of the nickel is particularly notable for a variety of reasons, and today we are focusing on the 1987 large date with the D mint mark. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1987 large date so special? Well, this coin was struck during a period when there was a slight mix-up at the mint. The large date variety refers to the prominent larger number in the date, especially the 8 in the 1987. The 7 is added to make it clear it's from a specific die. It's important to note that there are two varieties of the 1987 Jefferson nickel, the large date and the small date, with the large date being much rarer. And with the D mint mark, this coin was minted in Denver, making it even more interesting for collectors. Here's where it gets interesting. You may be familiar with the idea that coins in dirty condition usually don't fetch much at auction. In fact, many collectors prefer coins that are clean and in good condition. But the Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel 1987 large date with the D mint mark in dirty condition is a different story. Even in its less than ideal state, this coin still holds value, particularly due to its rarity. Dirty condition simply refers to a coin that hasn't been cleaned and has acquired dirt, grime, or tarnish over the years. However, be aware, coins like this one should not be cleaned because it could diminish their value by stripping off natural patina or causing scratches. Now, this is where things get more interesting. If the coin is graded by a professional numismatic service and earns a higher grade, even with dirt, its value can jump. We are talking about a coin with all the rarity and historical significance that collectors crave. It's not unheard of for these coins in original, uncleaned condition to reach upwards of $55,000 at an auction. In extreme cases where the coin has notable characteristics that collectors are specifically looking for, you could even see prices rise beyond that. As a coin collector, it's essential to understand the importance of preservation. While cleaning might seem tempting, it's often best to leave the coin in its natural state. Always use gloves when handling your coins to avoid transferring oils from your fingers. Keep them in a dry, cool place and never attempt to clean a coin yourself, as improper cleaning can cause irreversible damage. So, there you have it, the 1987 Jefferson nickel with the D-Mint mark in dirty condition still holds value in today's auction market, especially when considering its rarity and historical significance. Even in a less than ideal state, this coin can still fetch a respectable price depending on the condition. If you find one of these rare pieces, make sure you handle it carefully and consider sending it for grading. Next up, the 1968 USA Silver Washington Quarter with a D-Mint mark error. This coin is not just any ordinary quarter. It's a rare find that could be worth a small fortune. Let's take a closer look at what makes this coin so special and why it's attracting so much attention in the auction market today. Here it is, a 1968 Washington Quarter with D-Mint mark error. Now, the mint mark D usually stands for Denver, where many coins were minted. However, in this case, something went wrong. Instead of the usual bright, shiny silver look, this coin has a distinctive black color and a dirty, worn-out appearance. How does something like this happen, and what does it mean for its value? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about how this mint mark error occurred. In 1968, the US Mint was producing millions of coins each month, and it's not uncommon for mistakes to happen. This particular Washington Quarter should have a clear, crisp D-Mint mark to indicate it was minted in Denver. However, due to a production anomaly, some of these quarters were accidentally left with no mint mark at all, or, in some cases, like this one, the mint mark was barely visible or misaligned. Now, what makes this coin so rare and valuable is not just the error, but the black color and dirty condition. These features typically indicate the coin has been in circulation for decades and is in poor condition, far from the original mint quality. But, for collectors, this blackened look actually adds to its intrigue. It tells a story about where the coin has been and how it was handled over the years. So, what's the value of a 1968 Washington Quarter with a D-Mint mark error in such condition? Let's look at some real examples. In recent auctions, these coins have sold for anywhere from $66,000. Yes, you heard that right. An ordinary quarter from 1968 could be worth hundreds of dollars just because of this mint mark error. The blackened color and the dirty condition make it rare, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar to get their hands on such a unique piece. The auction market has seen a surging interest for these coins recently. Collectors are keen to find these rare varieties, and with the black color and dirty condition, this particular coin has become a must-have for many enthusiasts. It's a testament to how certain mistakes during production can turn an ordinary coin into a valuable collector's item. If you're lucky enough to find one of these quarters in your change or have inherited one, you might just be holding a small fortune. Whether it's in poor condition or mint state, the D-Mint mark error significantly increases its value. So, next time you're at a coin show or going through your change, take a closer look. This could be your ticket to a rare and valuable find. The Monticello 5 cents Jefferson nickel from 1964. a coin that's caught the attention of collectors and enthusiasts alike. Let's explore its history, unique features, and current value in today's auction market. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the obverse features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson III, President of the United States, while the reverse displays his iconic home, Monticello. The 1964 issue holds a special place in numismatic history due to its high mintage and transitional period for U.S. coinage. In 1964, the U.S. Mint produced a staggering 2.8 billion Jefferson nickels to meet the demand for small change. This was the final year nickels were struck, with 90% copper and 10% nickel composition before transitioning to a different minting process. Importantly, the absence of a mint mark indicates that this coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. When it comes to circulated coins, condition play a significant role in determining value. Most 1964 Jefferson nickels in circulation show signs of wear, such as flattened details and surface scratches. Despite their high mintage, a coin in exceptional condition can still fetch a premium in the auction market. So, what's the value of a 1964 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in circulated condition? Let's break it down. For heavily worn examples, the value is typically close to the face value of 5 cents. However, coins in better circulated condition can sell for anywhere from $47,000. If the coin has some unique errors, like a doubled die or mistrike, its value can rise significantly, sometimes fetching several $100s. As you can see, the 1964 Jefferson nickel may not make you rich overnight, but it's a fascinating piece of history and an excellent starting point for any collection. If you've got one lying around, take a closer look. You never know what you might find. Next up, the 1980 Silver Washington Quarter with a large date and a unique P mint mark error. If you're a collector or just curious about rare coins, this video is for you. Next up, the 1980 Silver Washington Quarter with a large date and a unique P mint mark error. If you're a collector or just curious about rare coins, this video is for you. Let's get started. The Washington Quarter has been a staple of U.S. coinage since it was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin's design, featuring Washington's profile on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, has remained largely unchanged over the decades. However, in 1980, something rare and unexpected happened. A misalignment of the minting dies produced a coin with a large date and an unusual mint mark. In 1980, the U.S. Mint experienced a minor hiccup during production. Most Washington quarters from that year featured a small date, typical of the series. However, a handful of coins were minted with a larger date, a result of a misalignment between the die and the hub used to create the coin's design. To make matters even more intriguing, some of these large date coins included an extra mint mark P mint mark. This was a clear indication of the error because normally the P mint mark would not appear on coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This error was so unexpected that it led to some confusion among collectors and numismatists. The presence of the P mint mark was a genuine mistake, and it's believed that only a limited number of these coins were produced. The error wasn't discovered until months after the release of the coin, making it even more rare. So, what makes the 1980 Silver Washington Quarter with a large date and P mint mark so valuable? The first clue is its scarcity. Because this was an unplanned and accidental variation, it's estimated that only a few hundred to a few thousand of these coins exist today. The rarity of this particular error makes it highly sought after by collectors. When it comes to valuing these coins, condition is key. Coins in good condition, especially those that are graded by a professional numismatic organization, can fetch a premium at auction. Coins like this one, in well-preserved mint state with minimal wear, can command prices upwards of $44,000 at auctions. However, those in lesser condition, still valuable but not in pristine shape, might be valued between $15,000 and $100,000. Now, let's talk about how you can identify this rare coin. First, look for the mint mark. On the normal 1980 quarters, the mint mark is a small d below the date indicating it was minted in Denver. However, the 1980 error quarters were accidentally struck with a P mint mark, which is usually found on coins minted at the Philadelphia Mint. If you find a coin with this unusual mint mark, you might be holding a rare piece of numismatic history. Let's talk about the current market trends for these rare quarters. The 1980 Silver Washington quarter with a large date and P mint mark is highly sought after because of its rarity and unique history. Over the past few years, these coins have seen a steady increase in value at auctions. The demand for rare and unique coins continues to grow, especially among new collectors who are looking for something more than just the typical buy low, sell high strategy. Next up, the 1962 Jefferson nickel with the D-era mint mark, a coin that has stirred quite the buzz in the collecting world. From its history to its value, we've got all the details covered. The 1962 Jefferson nickel is part of the famous series featuring President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia home, on the reverse. However, what sets this specific coin apart is the so-called D-era mint mark. Normally, the mint mark for the 1962 Jefferson nickel would appear as a small d above the 5 cents on the reverse side, indicating that it was minted at the Denver Mint. But, due to an error in the die production process, some coins from this year have a misaligned or doubled mint mark, making them highly desirable among collectors. The error occurs when the D mint mark appears larger, doubled, or misaligned, and this variety is what makes it unique. It's important to note that this error is relatively rare, which is why collectors search for it in auctions and in circulation. To fully appreciate the value of this error coin, it's helpful to understand a bit of history. The Jefferson nickel, first introduced in 1938, has seen numerous variations throughout the years. The 1962 version features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, designed by Felix Schlag, and on the reverse, it showcases Monticello Jefferson's iconic home in Virginia. Jefferson's image has remained a symbol of American heritage on this coin, but it's the error mint marks like the one we're discussing today that continue to stir the interest of numismatists. While many coins have minor errors, it's the relatively rare occurrence of this D-era mint mark that has catapulted the 1962 Jefferson nickel into the spotlight. So, you may be wondering, how much is this coin worth? Well, the value of the 1962 Jefferson nickel with D-era mint mark varies depending on a few factors, including its condition, the severity of the error, and, of course, demand in the market. In circulated condition, this coin typically fetches anywhere from $73,000 at auction, depending on the specific error and how visible it is. But don't be fooled. Coins with more noticeable or rare errors have the potential to sell for much more. So whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just getting into coin collecting, the 1962 Jefferson nickel with the D-era mint mark is definitely a coin to keep an eye on. With its unique history and the rarity of the era, it continues to hold value in today's auction market. If you find one in your pocket change, you might just be holding onto a small treasure. Next up, the 1983 silver Washington quarter with P-era mint mark. Now, I know what you're thinking, isn't the P mint mark just for Philadelphia? Well, it's true, but this coin has a very special story to tell, and it could be worth a small fortune in today's market. Let's take a closer look. This coin features the familiar profile of George Washington on the front and the classic bald eagle design on the back. But what makes this particular quarter unique is that small P mint mark under Washington's bust. Normally, quarters minted in 1983 should have no mint mark or the D mint mark for coins minted in Denver. The presence of a P mint mark on a quarter from this year makes it exceptionally rare. It indicates that the coin was struck in Philadelphia, but for some reason, the mint mistakenly marked it with P. Now, how did this happen? It's believed that this was a mistake in the die marking process. This error occurred during a period when the U.S. Mint was transitioning from the old San Francisco Mint to the new facility in Philadelphia. Somewhere along the way, dies were mistakenly stamped with the P instead of D. Now, let's talk about value. Back in the 1980s, when this coin was first discovered, it sold for around $77,000 in auction. But as the rarity of this coin has become widely known among collectors, the prices have skyrocketed. Today, a 1983 silver Washington quarter with P-era mint mark in fine condition can fetch between $98,000 at auction. Of course, condition plays a big role in determining the value. Coins graded by reputable services like A versus All are more highly valued. A coin in fine condition like the one we're showing here might have some wear but still maintains enough detail to be easily recognized. It's important to note, though, that not all P-era quarters are in fine condition, which can greatly affect the price. If you think you might have one of these rare quarters, here's what to look for. First, inspect the mint mark closely. The P should be clearly visible, often slightly askew or faint compared to the typical D mint mark. Second, check the overall condition of the coin. A well-preserved coin in higher grades like AU, about uncirculated, or even mint state will be more valuable. So where can you find one of these coins? Well, they don't come cheap and are usually sold through auctions, coin shows, or specialized dealers. If you're serious about starting a collection, it's wise to do your research, know the current market value, and be prepared to invest in quality. There you have it. The 1983 silver Washington quarter with P-era mint mark. This coin is not just a piece of history. It's a treasure for collectors looking to invest in rare and valuable pieces. Next up, the 1964 Jefferson nickel, also known as the Monticello 5 cents, featuring a rare and intriguing error, the D mint mark with damaged dots on the obverse. What makes this coin so special, and how much is it worth in today's auction market? Let's find out. Before we talk about the error, let's cover some quick background. The Jefferson nickel, first minted in 1938, replaced the Buffalo nickel. The obverse features a profile of Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse displays his iconic home, Monticello. In 1964, millions of nickels were minted. In fact, this was the final year before the U.S. Mint eliminated mint marks from coins for a short period. Now, let's talk about the star of today's video. The 1964 Jefferson nickel minted in Denver indicated by the D mint mark. However, what sets this particular coin apart is the error associated with it. In some coins, the mint mark placement was irregular or appeared damaged. Furthermore, there are small visible dots of damage on the obverse near Jefferson's profile, often attributed to planchet flaws or die wear. These anomalies elevate the coin's interest among collectors. When it comes to valuing a coin, Like this condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from $53,000, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. A 1964 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark error in poor condition might sell for a modest $75,000. However, if the coin is in higher grades, such as extremely fine or mint state -6, 60, and above, the value can increase significantly. Error coins in exceptional condition can fetch anywhere from $87,000 depending on rarity and demand. How can you identify and preserve this valuable piece? First, look for the D mint mark below the date. Check for irregularities or damage dots on the obverse. Using a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe will help you spot these details. Once you've identified the error, consider having the coin professionally graded. To preserve its value, store the coin in an airtight holder and avoid cleaning it. Cleaning can lower its value. Next up, the 1946 Monticello Jefferson nickel without a mint mark. If you've ever wondered about the value of this piece in fine condition and its significance in today's auction market, now fast forward to 1946, the year we're focusing on today. This was just after the end of World War II, and the coin design had remained largely unchanged since 1938. The US Mint produced billions of these nickels during the 1940s, and most of them were circulated heavily, which means finding them in fine condition, especially without a mint mark, can be a little tricky. Before we talk about the value, let's quickly go over the significance of the mint mark. The mint mark tells you where the coin was made. Most coins minted by the US Mint in the 1940s have a mint mark such as D for Denver or S for San Francisco. However, the 1946 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is one that was produced in Philadelphia. The lack of a mint mark on this coin actually increases its intrigue among collectors. While it's not as rare as some other mint mark-less coins, it still stands out because when compared to other 1946 nickels, the Philadelphia minting tends to have fewer specimens in higher grades due to how they circulated back then. Now let's talk about what we mean by fine condition. The term fine is a grading term used by numismatists to describe a coin that shows moderate wear but still retains some key details. For 1946 Jefferson nickel, this would mean that Jefferson's profile is still visible, as well as most of the details of Monticello on the reverse, though some wear and flattening may be evident. In today's auction market, the value of the 1946 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in fine condition can vary, depending on factors like demand, the specific auction, and the condition of the coin. Generally, these coins tend to sell for anywhere between $78,000. It's not an extremely high-value coin, but for collectors looking to complete their set, it's definitely worth a look. Several factors can affect the final auction price. For example, if the coin has been professionally graded, it might fetch a slightly higher price. Additionally, the overall demand for 1946 Jefferson nickels in fine condition can vary from year to year. Some years see spikes in interest, particularly when collectors are focusing on completing their Jefferson nickel sets. Another factor to consider is the coin's provenance. If the coin comes from a well-known collection or auction house, it could increase its value even in fine condition. And let's not forget about the rarity aspect. While not an ultra-rare coin, the fact that 1946 nickels without mint marks are harder to find in good condition makes them slightly more valuable than their counterparts with mint marks. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, understanding the value of coins like this one is an important part of building your collection. If you're interested in adding this coin to your own collection, be sure to watch out for auctions, local coin shops, or online marketplaces where you might find one in good condition. Next up, the 1958 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark. This coin is part of the iconic Monticello design, which has been a staple of American coinage for decades. But what exactly makes this 1958 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark so special? And how much is it worth in today's auction market? Let's find out. First, let's take a closer look at the coin itself. The 1958 Jefferson nickel features a portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, designed by artist Felix Schlag. The reverse showcases a representation of Jefferson's home, Monticello, which is where the coin gets its name. This design has been in use since 1938, making the 1958 nickel part of a long tradition. On the reverse side of this particular 1958 nickel, you'll notice the D mint mark under the Monticello building. This mint mark indicates the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the United States' primary minting facilities. The D mint mark often makes coins from the Denver Mint slightly rarer and sometimes more valuable depending on the year and condition. A fine grade means the coin shows moderate wear, but the features are still clearly visible. On a 1958 Jefferson nickel, in fine condition, you should be able to see Jefferson's portrait, with some details remaining, though the finer details may be worn down. The reverse with Monticello will also show wear, but the building's features will still be discernible. On the current auction market, a 1958 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark in fine condition is generally valued between $29,000. The price fluctuates depending on factors like the specific auction, the buyer's interest, and the overall rarity of the coin. While this might not be a high-ticket item, it's still a very affordable piece of American coinage history. However, don't be mistaken, even though it's not one of the rarest or most expensive coins, the 1958 Jefferson nickel still holds a certain appeal for collectors. It's part of a classic series that spans decades, and for many collectors, completing a full set of Jefferson nickels is a significant achievement. The 1958 D mint mark variety, while common in circulation, can still make for an interesting piece in a collection. If you're looking to buy or sell this coin, it's important to keep in mind that auction prices can fluctuate. The condition of the coin is key. Coins in better grades, like very fine or uncirculated, can be worth significantly more. However, for the typical collector, the 1958 Jefferson nickel in fine condition remains a great, affordable piece to own. Whether you're just starting your coin collection or you're a seasoned numismatist, the 1958 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark is a classic coin that holds a place in American history. Its value may not be through the roof, but it offers a great glimpse into mid-20th century coinage, and for many collectors, that's priceless. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin collecting insights. Got a 1958 Jefferson nickel or another interesting coin? Let us know in the comments below. Happy collecting!